Inca are really well known for their incredible stonework, which is called ashlar masonry. And the stones fit together perfectly without any mortar.
High in the Peruvian Andes, stones the size of buses fit together with machine-like perfection. No mortar, no gaps, and no clear explanation of how they were shaped or moved. For centuries, experts have measured, mapped, and argued over these ruins, yet the real story has remained out of reach. Now, new scientific tools are revealing a past that is stranger, older, and far more advanced than we imagined. Mystery in the Andes, high above the cloud line, where the air thins and the mountains rise like sleeping giants, lies a mystery carved in stone. At Sacsayhuaman, perched above the ancient city of Cusco, immense blocks, some weighing over 100 tons, locked together with astonishing precision. There is no mortar, no room to wiggle a single stone, and yet these walls have survived floods, invasions, and powerful earthquakes that reduced later cities to rubble. Travel to Ollantaytambo. At nearly 9,200 feet above sea level, and the puzzle deepens. This fortress temple complex holds stones so massive that modern engineers admit they would struggle to move them, even with today's cranes. The blocks were quarried, shaped, and hauled uphill through steep, rugged terrain, without wheels, steel tools, or a written language to plan it all. It is more than impressive, it challenges common sense. Then there is Machu Picchu, the jewel of the Inca world. Built on a narrow mountain ridge, prone to landslides and earthquakes, the city rests on a hidden network of terraces and drainage systems. These were not just decorative steps on a hillside. They were carefully engineered to stabilize the mountain and control water. The stonework here is as precise as anywhere in the Andes. In many joints, not even a human hair can slip between the blocks. Across these sites, we see the same pattern: advanced design principles, meticulous craftsmanship, and the repeated use of enormous stones placed with extreme accuracy. The builders chose hard rocks like andesite and diorite, materials so tough they rank just below diamond on the hardness scale. Yet the blocks show smooth curves, crisp angles, and complex joints that look almost molded rather than carved. Bronze or copper tools, the only metals known from the region, at the time should not have been able to shape these stones so cleanly. Modern geologists have traced some quarry sites, miles away, across ravines and steep slopes, with no evidence of large roads or heavy hauling infrastructure. Even with cranes, trucks, and laser-guided tools, reproducing the same combination of quarrying, transport, precise fitting, and long-term stability would be a major challenge today. And somehow these ancient walls bend with earthquakes instead of breaking, as if they were designed with seismic engineering in mind. Impossible ancient engineering. Standing before the megalithic walls of Sacsayhuaman, or the Sun Temple. At Ollantaytambo, one question dominates: how was this done? These are not simple stacks of rectangular blocks. Many stones weigh between 50 and 120 tons, and some may exceed 200 tons. They were dragged from distant quarries over uneven, mountainous terrain, without wheels or any known animals strong enough to pull such loads. Once at the site, each block was shaped like a three-dimensional puzzle piece. Many stones interlock with a dozen or more neighboring blocks. Their faces are cut into irregular polygons that fit together so tightly there is no need for mortar. Over hundreds of years and multiple earthquakes, these walls have not collapsed. They flex and settle as one unit, behaving almost like a single engineered structure. This style of construction, known as polygonal masonry, is unlike standard stonework from most classical civilizations. Modern engineers who have studied it in person admit that reproducing the same effect would be extremely difficult and costly, even using computer-assisted design, diamond tools, and heavy machinery. The problem always comes back to the same issue: the tools. The Inca and the cultures before them are believed to have used stone hammers and simple bronze or copper tools. Yet andesite and diorite are harder than those metals. It would be like trying to carve glass with a plastic spoon. Geologists say you need tools at least as hard as the rock itself to work it with such precision, but no such tools, forges, or residues have been found. The surfaces of these stones add to the mystery. Some show long, smooth cuts, similar to marks from modern circular saws. Others display perfectly flat faces and sharp 90-degree edges. In some spots, blocks appear as if they were softened and molded into place. The famous Stone of 12 Angles in Cusco fits into its surroundings with such intricate contact that it seems sculpted while soft, like clay pressed into a mold. Legends speak of plants that could soften stone, and early explorers like Percy Fawcett reported hearing such stories from local people. Others speculate that heat, sound, or unknown chemical treatments might have altered the outer layers of the rock. None of this has been proven, but the visible evidence does not match what we would expect from simple chisels and hammerstones. Certain stones at Ollantaytambo seem to show drill holes and recessed notches that look machine-made. At Sacsayhuaman, some blocks display scoop-like impressions, as if large curved tools remove material in smooth, uniform bites. These marks do not align with the rough, irregular scars usually left by handheld chisels. The engineering is not just about strength and shape. Drainage channels, slope angles, and water flow systems are integrated into the architecture. Terraces control rainfall and prevent landslides. At Machu Picchu, the hidden water system still functions. This points to a sophisticated understanding of geology, hydrology, and long-term environmental planning. Given the assumed tools and timelines, many of these projects would have taken generations to complete. Yet the Inca, whose empire rose in the 13th century, did not claim to have built the oldest megalithic stonework. Their own traditions say they inherited many of these structures. The deeper we look, the more the idea of simple trial and error collapses. These works were engineered with purpose and skill that rival, and in some cases surpass, what we do today, clues from records and science. For all their grandeur, one quiet fact about Peru's megalithic ruins is often ignored. The Inca themselves said many of them were already there. When Spanish conquistadors arrived in the 16th century and saw the Cyclopean walls of Cusco and Sacsayhuaman, they asked the Inca how they created such wonders. The answer was consistent. They were here before us. The Inca were excellent builders. They constructed roads, terraces, temples, and cities across harsh terrain. But their masonry, while impressive, is clearly different from the older foundations beneath some of their most sacred sites. At many locations, you can see it with your own eyes. Gigantic, perfectly fitted stones at the base, topped by smaller, more regular blocks laid in a simpler style. The story in the stone is clear. Something older came first, and it was stronger and more precise. Dating these structures is difficult. Stone itself cannot be dated using radiocarbon methods because it contains no organic material. Instead, archaeologists date charcoal, wood, or bone found in layers associated with construction. At several Andean sites, organic material found near the base of massive walls has produced dates thousands of years, older than the Inca Empire, suggesting advanced human activity in the region long before the Inca rose to power. Geologists have studied the logistics of stone sourcing. At Ollantaytambo, for example, many blocks came from a quarry across the river and up a steep slope several kilometers away, moving tens of tons of rock. From there to the site without wheels, steel cables, or modern cranes is still not easy to reproduce. Even as a controlled experiment, the landscape shows no convincing remains of large ramps, roads, or platforms that would have been needed for conventional hauling methods. Under microscopic analysis, the stones raise more questions. Some surfaces are unusually smooth, others carry fine, straight grooves. A recent scientific study concluded that at least some of these marks are not consistent with simple chiseling. The researchers did not claim to know what tools were used, but they ruled out the most basic explanations. Satellite imaging and LIDAR have also changed the game. By scanning the ground with laser pulses from the air, scientists can detect hidden structures beneath soil and vegetation. In the Sacred Valley and surrounding highlands, these surveys have revealed buried terraces, geometric layouts, and possible underground chambers. At Sacsayhuaman, LIDAR has suggested the presence of subterranean passages and large voids beneath the fortress, perhaps part of a larger engineered system that has yet to be fully explored. Astronomical alignments provide another clue. Sites like Machu Picchu and the Coricancha Temple in Cusco are aligned with solstices, equinoxes, and specific celestial events with high precision. The Coricancha's megalithic foundations, for example, align with the June solstice sunrise within a very small margin of error. Achieving this requires careful observation, mathematical calculation, and accurate construction. In recent years, some archaeologists, geologists, and engineers have begun to openly question the standard timeline and explanations. Conferences and roundtables in Peru have featured respected scholars admitting that there are still major gaps in our understanding of who built these structures and how. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Epoch Dive for more amazing documentaries.